toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head toss, head.
Hello. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Raw Woman Energy. This is your girl Talisha, and we are back with another episode. And today we are gonna float around the dating topic. Yes, because I know as mothers, if you are not married and you are single and you have children and you are a single mother or a single parent, I know that it can be hard dating while you are occupied with motherly duties. So we're going to talk about, dating as a mother, how to stay in your feminine energy without explaining your life. Because who knows, where this triangle of love one day will take us. But in the meantime, while we are dating and while we are exploring and experiencing new people and new things, we need to first be in a space to where we know that we don't have to explain or overshare anything with our lives. So we're going to talk about 7 key points, and the first one that we're going to talk about, but before we hit the first one, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the family, and also join my Instagram. It is at Talisha Rochelle or at Raw Woman Energy. Either one of those will lead you to my page. Okay. So, number 1, you don't owe an explanation for your life. Not at all. Sis, motherhood is not a flaw or a disclaimer. We do not have to go into a relationship and disclose that we have children, because we are not looking for a dad on the first date. We're just looking for a little freedom, a little fun time, a little bit of conversation, and who knows where that leads. But we do not owe an explanation to why we became a single mother, or why we are dating and we have children, or why we feel like we need love in this time of our life. Shouldn't we already have it with the children that we have? It's not their business. It's not their concern, because over explaining often comes from fear or rejection. And I don't think that we need to be in a space of fear or being fearful of being rejected by a man when we're trying to get to know them and they're trying to get to know us, and we're not in a space where we're like, can you take my hand in marriage today, sir? No. We're just simply getting to know each other for the person, not for your duties, not for your superpower, and not for your motherhood, but for you, girl. Feminine energy trusts that the right person will understand without convincing. Over time, when you feel safe, or when you feel like oversharing that highlight of your life, hey, I'm a mom, I have kids, how are you? Do you have any? When you feel like that space is open for a conversation to be had, then absolutely. But on the first day, on trying to get to know someone in the sense of just them as a person, I don't think that disclosing that type of information is the right thing to do. All because you are going in with this look as if I'm searching for a dad for my children. And you can only be searching for a good time, not for a long time. And they end up looking at you and judging you with those greedy big eyes and thinking that, oh, she has a mother, oh, she's looking for a dad, oh, this is responsibility. And then you find yourself having to defend, and you find yourself in fear of rejection. And this is why feminine energy does not explain or overshare. We allow the conversation to follow us, okay? So if you are on a date for the first time, you're going out there and you're looking for a little fun time, or whatever the case may be, or you could be really looking for love and you don't know how dating as a mother would be when you're going into a situation and you don't know if this guy has children. You don't know what this guy has going on in his life. You just know he's handsome. You just know that, y'all happen to cross paths in each other's lives. And now you're in this space to where you're on the first date with this guy, sitting at a bar or sitting at a nice restaurant, sipping your wine, and you are, now about to indulge into grown-up conversation. So don't just right off the bat go into, hey, I'm a mom. No. Let's not do that. But we can let the conversation lead us into motherhood. Let it lead us to saying, yeah, I have children, if that topic comes up. If it doesn't come up on the first date, do not feel pressured or obligated to share who you are outside of that moment in your life. I want to leave you guys with an affirmation. I do not explain my worth, I live it. So knowing that you are worthy, whether you have children or not, is plainly, I guess I want to say plainly discoverable, but not really, not quite, because I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. But I do not explain my worth, I live it. You living in your truth, you living in your worth, and you being exactly who you want to be in that moment for you. And if the conversation comes up later on down the line, then it comes up. And don't feel ashamed or feeling like, oh, I'm embarrassed because I'm embarrassed of my children because I didn't say I had kids. No, love, you're protecting them and you're protecting yourself, because who does that, right? I don't know. Number 2, over-explaining is a masculine survival response. Explaining equals trying to control outcomes, meaning that if I explain myself, then I want you to be on my side. I want you to agree. I want you to be relatable. I want you to feel some type of connection towards me by me over sharing or explaining the things that ties to me having children. So yeah, my kid just came here. It's like clockwork. I tell him all the time, I say, hey, I'm about to record, so don't come in here. And he does it anyway, y'all. It's like he doesn't care what I tell him. He's going to do it anyway. But I love that little snot-nosed little booger. But anywho, so explaining equals trying to control outcomes. You do not want to feel as if so let's just say, for example, you go into the restaurant, you sit down, he's a nice looking dude, you know what I'm saying? You're a nice looking girl, you look pretty, you dolled yourself up, you don't smell like breast milk, you don't smell like throw up or crayons and markers of Crayola, you don't smell like any of those things. You smell like nice, beauty, feminine energy. Your hair is pressed without mac and cheese in it. Your boobs are sitting nice without the saggy mom bra on. Your tummy is snatched. You got your heels on and not your house shoes. You're looking good. You're smelling good. You got your Tom Ford on and not baby oil. You smell heavenly. Okay? And you have this conversation and it goes like this. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. This your first time, and yeah, it's been a long time, except I, have a lot of kids. Oh, wow. It's been a long time since you've been on a date. Yeah, I'm always, taking care of the kids, being a mom, Don't be awkward, love. Just allow the energy to flow and allow the conversation to flow as is, because it can be I guess a mood killer, if I would say. And not saying that children kill the mood, but you're on a date trying to get to know a person, and kids should be I guess the topic of discussion when you are trying to get serious, not first date action. Feminine energy is receptive, calm, and present. So you being calm, you being receptive, and you being present in that moment and enjoying the moment for you without worrying about the children, without trying to figure out if Maddie done stuffed something down her throat that she shouldn't have. You being in a space to where you can live and enjoy, because Maddie is okay and you are okay in this moment while dating. So being present and being in the conversation and not drifting off and wondering about things that is out of your control, and you being receptive of the energy that you are receiving for the moment, is feminine energy at its finest, and it's also allowing you to enjoy that date without over explaining or overthinking, because love, we are not in masculine energy, we are in feminine energy in motherhood. So when you stop explaining, people reveal who they are. You don't have to try to pull back the layers yourself. You don't have to try to delayer that onion of a human being yourself. The only thing you have to do is allow people to reveal who they are by simply being present, calm, and receptive in the environment that you are in that moment. I want to leave you guys with this affirmation. I release the need to control how I'm received. So you being in a state to where you're not worried about how you look, you're not worried about what the other people or the other person is thinking. You just being present, and you are releasing the control of how people look at you, because you are already present within yourself. You have already been affirmed within yourself by saying your affirmations before you walked out of that door, by claiming your feminine energy, and by being present in that moment. You release the need to control how you are received, because at the end of the day, when you go home and you go back to your children, you know that you are received and loved by them, even if the date does not work out. Number 3, the right man feels invited, not threatened by your motherhood. So there are a lot of men, trigger, that are threatened by mothers, that are threatened by feminine energy, and it is, a downer, but it is what it is. They know that feminine energy is power, baby, but that is just how the way they feel. So your nurturing nature is part of your power. You giving that off sometimes can threaten a man if they do not feel invited by it, because sometimes us women have this need to see if a man can handle who we are. There is no need for us to do that. That is masculine energy. If they can handle it, love, they're going to feel invited, and they are going to show you that they can handle what you deliver. A secure man sees motherhood as depth, not baggage. A man that is secure within himself is going to invite his masculine energy with your permission in, and see that what you have going on, love, is not baggage, it's not a lie, it's not too much for him to control, but it's what he needed, it's what he is going to be able to stand firm in his masculinity and show you that he's a man and he can do it like a titan. So, a secure man sees motherhood as depth, not baggage, love. So don't explain, don't invite without first understanding that he is not threatened, and don't let him invite himself. Let him feel invited with your permission to show you that he is a secure man who sees you as a secure, strong, wonderful mother who is willing to be present for you and those children. You don't shrink your story to make others comfortable. How dare you think I shall shrink myself to make you feel comfortable? Absolutely not. Okay? We do not shrink our power for anyone. If they can't handle it, get out of the room. What they used to say, the old people used to say in the back of the day, if the kitchen is too hot, get out of the kitchen. So get out of the kitchen if it is too hot, love. This is an affirmation for you. The right partner honors all parts of my life. The right partner honors all parts of my life. I love that affirmation because it speaks to a lot of women, and especially myself, in the fact of feeling as if like we have to settle for the wrong partner because we feel like we do not have, I guess, a wide variety of options to choose from, versus being straight out of college or straight out of high school and you have this whole picking to choose from, and you have children now and you're older, and you might not have a lot of fruit to pick from off of the tree, but the right partner will honor all parts of your life, and trust me, when that fruit is picked, it will be ripe for the picking. Number 4, soft boundaries protect your energy and your children. Soft boundaries, giving boundaries. Like right now, my son is ignoring the boundary of don't knock on the door while mommy is recording, but he doesn't understand that fully because he's 5 and we're working on it. But a soft boundary protects your energy and your children. Yes, love. Give it here and not open it. I told you don't knock on the door when I am recording. Didn't I tell you that? You could have asked your sisters, Stink. Why didn't ask your sisters? They didn't want to. All right, here. All right, go on in there. Here, get the top. There you go. Go ahead. And shut my door. I love you. All right, we're not going to edit that. We're going to keep it rolling because why should we, right? Motherhood is motherhood, and this is motherhood working right now with only 11 subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you. You can be warm without being open too fast. A lot of us get nervous on those first dates because we haven't dated in so long and it's kind of scary and we have anxiety. So we go in oversharing and opening up too fast. Love, pause, breathe, and respond and give an honest, true answer in your most calmest, purest energy. You understand, girl? Because baby, it be hard, but it doesn't have to be. Pausing before you respond is another thing I love to always go back to and talk about, because love, pausing before you respond gives you that I guess I want to say that power or that advantage of controlling the narrative, controlling the energy of the environment. And it's not necessarily the control part that I love, but it's the fact that you know how to navigate in a room or with a person without feeling like you are being attacked or feeling like you're oversharing or being judged or moving a little too fast without thinking. So it's always best to move in a way to where you're pausing and you're thinking before you respond. Feminine boundaries are quiet, not defensive. We don't have to be in the mood to be like, shut up, girl. No, we do not have to be that. But we are quiet, not defensive, meaning that I don't feel the need to defend everything that you feel about, I have this stigma about how women should only be, cooking and cleaning and not out here working and thriving like the men are doing. A very unsecure woman would go in head first, chopping his neck off and making him feel stupid. But our feminine energy allows us to make himself look stupid with his own words without us even having to try or be defensive, because our energy and the way that we respond before we just run at him like a wild lion allows us to let him know that he is ignorant with his words. Observe actions more than words. Ooh, child, I wish I knew this when I was younger. When I tell you, if I knew the things that I know now when I was younger, I probably would go back in time and tell the younger version of myself, run for the hills. That was an emotional outburst. Yes. But I probably would tell her that. But observe actions more than words. Words can be words that simply fill the air to sweep you off your feet and get you to drop those panties in a quick hot second. But girl, when I tell you that when you observe the actions of a man, you understand how the way a man is, just how the way he moves and the way that he responds and everything else. So I want you to observe more with your eyes on how the way he moves, how the way that, he carries himself and the things that he does, and allow yourself to know that let me go back, because this ties into discernment. Having discernment, okay? Please have discernment when you go out here dating these men, because these men are wild. Emotional outbursts again. That was. I have to control that. I really do. But observe actions more than their words. Please. I move at a pace that feels safe and grounded. That is an affirmation that I wanted to drop in your lovely lap. I hope you picked that up, girl. And I hope you stored it in that pocketbook or that diaper bag. Number 5, dating from overflow, not from lack. You don't date to be saved or chosen. You understand, you already are beautiful and you are already in a space to where you are sure of yourself because your feminine energy allows you to be that, okay? So dating to be saved or chosen is out of the question because feminine energy is not chosen. It is assured. We are already assured within ourselves. We are already sure within ourselves. And we don't beg to be chosen because we are already for the picking. So for us to be begging to be chosen by a man, love, you are working in masculinity and insecurity because you want to be saved and chosen and rescued by a man who can use that as manipulation and narcissistic behavior and making you feel like you are nothing without him. Okay? When you are something without that man. You already have love, purpose, and fulfillment. You already have everything that surrounds you, your children, yourself, whatever it is that makes you feel purposeful and fulfilled and makes you feel love, you already have it. So don't go out here looking for these things in a man. If you have not listened to my last podcast, I don't think it wasn't the last one that I did, which would be the one before this one. It would be the one I think I talked about don't get me lying, I don't know, but it was an episode, and I think it probably was episode 17 maybe, where I talked about how the way this man, and I read this book, is called The Mystery of Love. Ooh, if you have not read it, please go back and read it. Please go and read it. I don't know if I'm telling myself to go back and read it or you, but go back and read it. So the book explains how this couple is not based on this one particular story because there's multiple stories inside of this book, but this one particular story caught my eye, and I mean it had me captivated inside of my mental love. And it talks about how the way this man and this woman never believed that love exists. They never thought love exists. They kept walking around thinking that love was made for people who just wanted to break hearts and keep going, and love was false, right? Love never existed. It was just people who were trying to get over on people. And so they both agreed with each other, and they're sitting on this bench and they're talking about it and reading this little newspaper, whatever, and they start to agree with each other, and then boom, right? They start to relate with each other, and they say, hey, well, let's give this thing a try. Should we go on a date? They start dating. They start enjoying each other's company, and the strangest thing happens. They start falling for each other. But neither one of them did something that a lot of us do. They did not require each other to bring them fullness or purpose, love, or happiness. They never looked at each one of each other, if that makes sense, for a reason to be happy. They were just living their life in the midst of it all, dating without a reason behind anything because they didn't think that love existed. Until one day the girl said, oh my gosh, I think I'm falling in love. What is this feeling that I feel for this man? And the man felt the exact same way. So he goes to her apartment, he runs up the balcony, knocks on her door, and says, oh my gosh, I have something I want to tell you. And she's standing in her kitchen and she's sitting there with her mouth open. He says, I think I love you. And she says, I think I love you too. And so he reaches inside of his chest and he pulls out his heart, and it's glowing and it's divine and it's beautiful and it's shiny and it's just all of these things, right? It's like a star. And so she says, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. And he says, I want you to hold it. I want you to have it. I want to give my heart to you. I want to give my love to you. I just want to give you every parts of me. Just don't drop it. Don't drop my love. Don't drop my happiness. And he places it inside of her hands, and she's holding it. And she feels the weight of pressure of her being responsible for another person's heart, another person's happiness. Another person made her feel uncomfortable. How do you feel sometimes when you have to be responsible for a whole nother life, a whole nother child? How did you feel when that little baby, I was about to say that thing, Lord forgive me, but that baby that was growing inside of you, how did you feel when you knew that you was going to be responsible for another living being? You felt pressure. You felt as if like, oh my gosh, I hope I do not screw up. I do not want to be a bad mom. And life becomes pressured, and life becomes overwhelming, and we are always stressed because we are too focused on another life versus the life of our own. So with all of this pressure and all of this stress, she turns around and she drops it, and she shatters it into a million pieces. And he broke down and he cried and he said, I knew it. Love never existed. But it's not the fact that love doesn't exist. It's the fact that we trust people with our own happiness, with our hearts. We are supposed to be the ones that are driving, not riding passenger seats. So do not feel the need to feel as if like you have to find purpose and fulfillment and love within a man. It will already exist, and it will already be there, because searching for something that is already in you is like chasing wind. Feminine energy attracts, it doesn't chase. What did we just say? We do not chase because you can't catch it. It is wind. It is pointless to try to chase something that you're never going to catch. So we attract instead of chase. We allow it to come to us. Just like how when we're standing on the porch and that wind grazes our face and we breathe it in and it feels amazing, and we look at nature and we say, this is beautiful. That is receiving, because the wind came to us versus us chasing it. I date from wholeness, not need. Understanding that you date from a place of you already being fulfilled is a beautiful thing. Right now, love, I am single. Woo! I got that from, I don't know where that sound came from. It came from another person. It did. From another content creator. I don't know why I did that. All right, back on topic. But I am single right now, and it is hard to be in a place to where you want to I guess dating is not hard, but I would say more so turning the ones down that you know that aren't the ones for you, but you have this thing inside of your head like, what if? And you know the what if was not the what if. All right? So being patient. All right, number 6. Let men lean in. Don't do the emotional labor for them. Ugh. Stop answering questions that haven't even been asked, girl. Stop it. Allow curiosity to come to you. Allow him to be curious, because feminine energy is mysterious. Allow him to wonder and pause and create this illusion within himself. This goes into even with the appearance. Not showing too much on the first date, or not showing too much in general for a man, because it leaves the man without the mind to wonder. Men love curiosity. They love to wonder. They love to sit back and picture inside of their minds what they can do to you and what they could do with you. Okay. So they love this thing. I don't know what it is, but they just do. They love the curiosity. So when they tell you you showing too much skin, it breaks the curiosity, and it tells the man everything he needs to know about you, because you are revealing so much at one time. So being in a space to where you're creating the mystery for a man allows him to be like, ooh, I wonder what is underneath that little shawl she got on. Just saying. Feminine energy receives attention, it doesn't earn it. Feminine energy automatically receives. We go back to that word receive. Anything a woman wants, a woman should get because that is our nature. We receive because love is just who we are. I think that's why sometimes they be mad. Here's an affirmation for you. I allow others to meet me where I am. I am not going to chase you. I don't even like being put on hold. Okay, so the first time I might give you grace. The second time, baby, I'm hanging up the phone. I allow others to meet me where I am. If you can't understand it, then there's no need for me to explain it. Do you understand? I'll allow others to meet me where I am, meaning meeting me on the same energy level, meeting me in the same psychologically, meeting me emotionally, meeting me physically, meeting me where I am to where I don't feel like I have to catch up with you or have to search for you or wonder if we're even on the same page. You have to meet me where I am. Number 7, the last one. Your calm presence is the message. What you bring tells everything. You don't have to announce your boundaries. Peace is a magnet, and confidence doesn't raise its voice. Now, that's another episode when we talk about how the way we yell at these children, but that's different. But it's all the same. My calm speaks louder than explanations. That is the affirmation that I want to leave with you guys. And our closing affirmation so that you guys can get off of this channel and subscribe and share and like and leave a comment because your girl needs it. Ugh. But I've already received it. Thank you. I am feminine, whole, and grounded in who I am. Motherhood deepens me. It did not diminish me. I attract partners who respect my life and my rhythm. I am safe to be seen without over explaining, and I trust alignment over attention. If you want to go back and if you want to allow these affirmations to sit with you more, if you want to write them down, then go back, listen to the video or the audio and write them down and everything in that nature. I will try to put up the affirmations on the screen. If I do not, then just go back and re-listen to it. It's all up to you what you decide to do because it's your energy, it's your time, and it's your decision. You are not pressured and you are not forced here. Remember that this is a channel of love, entertainment, beauty, feminine energy, motherhood, all types of things, relationship, advice. And so I just want to encourage everybody to please be kind to one another. And if you are wanting to leave a comment and you are not sure, how the way things will unfold on this channel, we are a non-judgment channel. We do not judge at all because judgment stinks and I don't like it. So place your comment down. And if I happen to get to you, I will get to you and I will comment back with a response. I love y'all. Truthfully, it is my honest and deepest truthful thought. And be kind to one another. Feed them babies and love yourself and go on that date. Ow. Bye.